reaction from the crowd. Seems like both these fighters have a lot of fans who follow them over here to watch this kickboxing match.
You know, I didn't know that now they don't wear headgear for kickboxing fights anymore, but I'm excited.
Isn't that great, though?
A lot better.
I feel like headgear is just gets in the way almost.
It is.
The adjustments, it seems like you have another inch and a half, and right away, these guys start with amazing combos.
But like I was telling you earlier, at least they were nice. They took it outside. Huh?
There we go. Nice body shot.
Heavy hooks.
Yeah, I think the other, what's his name? The other guy. You know what I'm talking about.
A lot of aggression coming out from Bueso. Seems like he almost might have clipped De Feria right now. De Feria's looking a little tentative, not pulling the trigger.
This is his debut, so he's really just getting a taste of it.
Great call there, Ramsey. That might be what's got him holding back.
And Bueso looks very comfortable.
Oh, yeah, he's starting off strong. He looks like he's in his groove already. De Feria almost looks a little bewildered.
100% bewildered. Not sure what to do
yet. Nice leg kick there. I think he needs to focus up top, man, especially in close range. Leg kicks aren't really that effective. You can't put your hips to torque into them.
Already taken at least 3 or 4 good kicks to the high thigh. Yep. Will those take a toll? We'll see.
He's moving his jaw around. I think he maybe got clipped pretty hard.
Yeah,
if you see, it almost looks like he's chewing gum. So maybe his TMJ or the upper jaw joint might be hurting him a little bit. But he might be able to clear the cobwebs off and come on strong again. To the same point we were saying earlier about getting back to the corner.
Bueso looking to really load up.
Yep.
One of the toughest things as a debuter is you really don't know how to gauge your adrenaline. You think you got it calm if you're calm, but you don't realize it until it raises up, peaks out in the middle of the fight. You don't realize it until it peaks back down, and you're like, hey, I can't move. I can't do anything. What's going on?
Bueso looks a little tired right now. I mean, he's throwing, but he's throwing very slow. It might be a little bit of an adrenaline dump that we were talking about earlier, too.
Agreed.
I mean, he was throwing the punches, but they were just coming a lot slower than they were when the fight started.
Great first round.
100%.
So you got to give that first round to Bueso. He was all the action, all the aggression, dictated the flow of everything. So Rafael's going to have to figure out if he can get his bearings, get comfortable, and counter some of these strikes. Like he was throwing a few naked kicks, not really setting him up with anything. So we'll see how the second round treats him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'd like to say, and I want to know what Reach thinks about this. As a coach, I've been coaching fighters for a long time. No matter what your skill level is, the actual fighter, he who listens to his corner the best and can implement what his corner says, 9 times out of 10 should be the winner. So even though as of right now, Bueso looked like the more dominant fighter and took over, if the corners tell De Feria how to adjust, what to do, and he can implement it, he still has an advantage. It's who can listen to the corner the best and implement it.
100%. I mean, this sport at the end of the day is really all about adjustments. I mean, you can start a fight off however you want, but technically speaking, it's how you finish the fight. Keep in mind, it only takes you 1 second to finish the fight. So I believe that, to Ramsey's point, Bueso was throwing a lot of unset up leg kicks, stuff that you could see from far away. I think that if he were to start setting stuff up with punches, maybe his kicks would land a little bit better. Or maybe even counter Bueso as he's coming in. De Feria should counter him as he's coming in. Maybe use one of the leg kicks.
And he did that right on cue. You've been on cue like 4 times already tonight. He literally countered him with a hook right now and actually dropped him. Great call again, Reach.
I feel like if Bueso could wait for De Feria to come in and maybe counter him, he might have a little bit more success rather than always trying to be first to the punch. With either a low calf kick as he's coming in with a jab, and he might be able to take him off balance, and obviously even though it's not a knockdown, it looks good in front of the judges, or just like he just did with a left hook as he was coming up with a big kick. I always say counter punches with kicks and counter kicks with punches.
Like that. That's a very good thing to teach a fighter coming up.
Looks like there's just a reach advantage here for Bueso.
100%.
It definitely seems that.
I feel like he's starting to get tired, though. If you look at how he's moving around, he's putting a lot more weight on the palms of his feet rather than being light on his feet. Yeah. And I think that De Feria is actually not really that tired. I think he's a little bit, I don't want to say shook, but I think that he's still trying to gauge his distance, trying to gauge his timing, but we'll see.
Yeah, now De Feria is actually putting the pressure on. And again, to complement what you're saying, it seems like Bueso's loading up now because he's fatiguing, he's tiring out.
Absolutely.
Still landing a couple, but just not as well as he did in the first round. Definitely, he should be getting more comfortable right now, as we're seeing that he's doing. He's putting the combos together. We see that.
If I was in De Feria's corner, I would tell him to go to the body right now.
Yeah, that's what he does again, all cute.
Exactly. And if he was to start going down to the body, his
nice right there.
Bueso's head would open up a little bit. He might be able to land a big punch.
Nice knee.
Yep.
These are sprints. These are 2-minute rounds. Like
yes.
Absolutely. That's like bare knuckle.
Yes.
Well said.
Last 10 seconds. Tongue out there from Bueso a little bit.
This third round is going to be epic.
Yeah, it is.
It's very possible
Bueso
going in
might be up.
1-1. You think?
Yeah, I think he might be up 2-0 just because he landed the bigger punches, and that knockdown maybe look good in front of the judges. We'll see. It's anybody's fight.
I would think as a coach, though, you tell both fighters you're losing and you got to win it in this round, period, in the story.
Because somebody in Bueso's shoes right now would think that they could coast. And when you coast, that gives the other fighter room for real estate. That gives them a little bit of an edge because now they think, okay, cool, he's tired. Now I got to step on the gas. When, listen, you're going to get plenty of time to recover 2 minutes from this very moment. Give it your all. I don't care if your lung comes out of your chest. Just give it your all no matter what, you're down. And it's always safer to do that rather than telling your fighter, hey, no worries, you could relax.
Nowadays, in the MMA world, literally worldwide, 10-8 rounds have become more popular.
Yep.
10-8 rounds are now being looked at. For those of you who are listening, a 10-8 round, typically if a fighter shows enough dominance where he's favored to win the round, it should be 10 his favor, 9 to the opposing fighter. But when you show pure dominance, like it's just without a reasonable doubt that this person won, it becomes a 10-8 round. If any one of these judges saw any one of these rounds as 10-8 round, it's catching up to do.
Absolutely.
This is why you don't want to leave it in the judge's hand, and both of these fighters have to go all out right now.
And keep in mind, in boxing, a 10-8 round literally just counts off of one knockdown is already considered a 10-8 round.
Exactly. Great exchange by both fighters. Definitely seems like Bueso's looking to counter more. You would think that he might be the fighter that's more fatigued. A failed spinning back fist attempt, yet a very good one. Now it seems like Bueso's pouring it on, going for the body shots. Hands are dropped low, chin's high though. Great scrappy fight. Seems like De Feria has to go ahead and let the hands go. He's starting to do it, but he always has to take a break because Bueso is actually countering, which is a great strategy to do against what seems like a desperate fighter. Great leg kick by Bueso. Good hands being thrown. This is a scrappy fight. Both guys really want it.
Good shots landed by Bueso, but you can tell there might not be many more of them.
A lot of spice is out of the punches now.
Absolutely.
So now it almost seems like, I can't say no one can get knocked out, but it seems like more points than anything.
Well, keep in mind when you're tired, not only do your punches not come as fast, but at the same time, you're less likely to clench up your jaw and keep your jaw tucked in when the punch is coming your way. So it is also easier for you to get knocked out. Or maybe it takes a lesser punch to knock you out.
Well said. Good information.
Especially with your opponent up there against the cage square like De Feria is.
Wow, great exchange. These guys are just loading up and letting it go.
I think if these guys, when they have a little bit of distance to strike, if they were to fake a right hand and then come right behind it with a right high kick when their opponent slips, I think they might be able to end the night.
Richie, is it me or does Bueso look a lot bigger than De Feria?
No, he does. He does.
He does, right?
He does. He needs to be careful, though. He almost landed that back fist. He almost landed with the elbow.
That's the second one he almost landed. Good finish by De Feria. Great kickboxing match.
Listen, neither of these fighters have anything to be embarrassed about, regardless of who the winner is. I mean, both of them gave it their all.
Awesome fight, guys. Awesome
absolutely.
fight. These guys left it out there. I love to see when they leave it out there, and it's very difficult to do as an amateur.
Absolutely.
So now we await the judge's final decision.
I don't know, Rams. I think I'm favoring Bueso. It was a great fight. It looked like Bueso was landing more punches for sure. Almost obvious that he did. But it's like, dude, when you see such a good fight, you almost don't want to see the opposing loser lose because it was such a good fight. But obviously in this game, someone has to win, someone has to lose. And it seems unofficially that Bueso will be the winner of this kickboxing match.
It was nice that De Feria got his bearings and came to life there in the second round. And then it was just a fight in the third round. So
that's exactly what happened to it. It was a real fight in the third round, which is good because you want to see the dog come out of fighters when they think or are told or instructed to let the dog out.
Right.
You have to know of, hey, nothing's for certain right now.
28 for your winner by way of unanimous decision, Adrian Bueso.
Much expected. Dueso is your winner. Great fight nonetheless. Like Ramsey was saying, it's awesome to see a debuter like De Feria do what he did, maintain his composure, leave it all in the cage. Those are all great signs of a future awesome fighter. So congratulations to both fighters, and an even bigger congratulations to your winner, Dueso.